A 4-year-old girl lost with her dog for more than 48 hours in rural Alabama woods shared the story of her ordeal in a video her family posted on Facebook. Evelyn Vady Sides, who vanished while walking her red hound dog Lucy, was found about 3:20 p.m. Friday after almost 2 full days of searching. "We took a walk, but then I got too fast and got running and got lost, and then I started calling for Nanny, but Nanny was too far," Vady said in a video her family posted Saturday morning. The child said she and Lucy once were separated but eventually reunited. "I slided down a waterfall. I was brave not to go in, while the dog ran away," Vady said. "I found her because I was going the right direction, because I could smell," she added. "I slept by a road the first night, and the second night I slept where they found me." The child's safe recovery was a balm to a community that has had more than its fair share of emotional blows over the past year or so. "We needed this badly," said Lee County Sheriff Jay Jones. "This was really good, solid, positive news in a time when I think people need it the most, with all the medical concerns going on. Several volunteers said this is such good news at a time when we need it," Jones said, and I couldn't agree more. When found by volunteer searchers, the 3-foot-tall, 40-pound Lochapoka girl was more than okay. "She was talkative and wanted to know why so many people were in the woods," the sheriff said with a laugh. One of the statements she gave was, "I spent 2 nights in the woods." Vady was last seen in the 5,000 block of Lee County Road 66 in Lochapoka, a town about a half-mile west of Auburn. Authorities said she was under the supervision of her caretaker, who was in her 70s, and walking her dog when she and the dog essentially just disappeared.
Also, if you've not done so already, please subscribe to our channel and click that notification bell to get inspired by these animal stories every day. Now, back to the story.
The caretaker also watches Vady's infant sister. Hundreds of law enforcement officers from multiple agencies were on the scene Wednesday night searching for the little girl. The search efforts continued Thursday and Friday with the use of helicopters and drones, people on horseback, tracking dogs, and divers for the creeks in the area. The search area was wooded, though not dense, and sparsely populated. "We were using experienced teams who are in the business of that kind of work, finding missing people," Jones said. "We had dog teams from all over the state, aerial assets, horseback, canine, and dive teams." On Friday, the sheriff said they discovered possible indications of activity in an area north of the home where Vady disappeared. He said that's when they transitioned from the precision searches, set up checkpoints along the road for about a 2-mile stretch, and put out the call for volunteers. Apparently, just waiting for that call, 400 volunteers showed up at a church that served as the staging site. "We deployed them along the roadway and set up a search pattern, a grid going straight ahead," Jones said. "We deployed them about 2:35 p.m., and at approximately 3:20, in less than an hour, one of the teams found her as they were in the designated search area. She was less than a mile from where she disappeared." With a bark, Lucy heralded their presence to searchers. Vady then popped up from her resting spot on the ground. "She was just sitting," the sheriff said. "The dog was with her. The dog barked and bolted." Obviously frightened by the burst of activity, Lucy ran off, but later returned home. Vady was in good spirits. She was responsive and answering questions, Jones said. "She did not present as scared. She was animated, talkative, and chowing down the last time I saw her in the back of the ambulance." Volunteers handed Vady Gatorade, water, a banana, and other snacks they had brought along with them. EMS checked her out at the scene. Her vitals were excellent, Jones said. "She was a little bit dehydrated, but not that much worse for the wear, frankly." Vady was taken by ambulance to East Alabama Medical Center, where she remained Friday evening. "I understand everything looks great considering her circumstances," Jones said. "Tough little girl." "I'm so happy and grateful to God for watching over my beautiful granddaughter and bringing her safely back to us," said her grandmother, Harriet Sides. Because medical attention was the first priority, the sheriff said there are still a lot of unanswered questions about what Vady did for the 49 hours she and Lucy were lost. It appears she was wandering around as the teams were looking for her, so she wasn't staying in any place for a long period of time, Jones said. Their sheriff said there is no way to name all involved in the search, but said it included state, federal, city, and first responders from multiple Alabama counties. The area where she was found had been covered numerous times by search teams, but today we put out the call to citizens, and that's when she was found. I just cannot say enough about the people in this country and the surrounding areas that put their personal safety behind them and put this little girl in front of them, he said. Within an hour, she was located and reunited with her mom and dad. That's the best part. Jones said they don't know what all Vady and Lucy encountered in the woods, but animals, especially snakes, and creeks in the area were among the primary concerns. I think that the dog had a lot to do with protecting her, he said. She was with her by her side the whole time, apparently. Jones said he and others were well aware of the odds they faced. Having been in this business for a long time, that's always in the back of your mind that things may not end well, he said. Obviously, the longer period of time that goes by, the more that creeps into your thoughts. But we were bound and determined that we were not leaving the area until we found that little girl, he said. There's no doubt in my mind that all the prayers these people were putting up were answered here this afternoon. That's what it is, an answered prayer.
If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and consider sharing it with your friends and family. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next one.